Yeah. Yeah. They said faith is a crutch for a mind that's afraid. I did the work, read the case, and I still didn't fade. This isn't the shallow end. Put your questions in the deep. I'm not here to sell you comfort, I'm here to keep you from sleep. Yeah. I was raised on a question that I couldn't shake loose. Staring at a ceiling, asking what is the use? If we're accidents spinning off a cosmic collision, then why does my conscience keep drawing a line I can't get rid of? You call it evolution, fine, but it can't tell me right. Can't hand me a should, it just tells me who won the fight. So the atheist borrows my moral floor to stand on and swings at the very beam that he's balancing his hands on. I'm not scared of your science, I read it, I love it. The fine-tuned concepts, the flat line and the sudden. Something out of nothing, that's not a leap, that's a landing. I didn't turn on my brain, I turned it up and I'm standing. Logic, evidence, I sat with it. Every doubt you throw, I've already had it. Truth on the table, put your best case up. I leaned into the fire and I never backed up. This ain't blind, I did the math on it. Every doubt you throw, I've already had it. Logic, evidence, I built my whole path on it. Truth's on the table, put your best case up against it. They said belief was for the weak, I laughed at it. I found the strongest thing alive and I'm attached to it. Make it make sense, I dare you, take a crack at it. The tomb was empty, that's the fact, now react to it. Minimal facts, the ones even the skeptics agree. He died in the open, the tomb was empty, that's history. The men who ran and hid started dying for what they seen. You don't burn for a body you know is under a sheet. Hallucination, a crowd of 500 at once. That's not evidence against me, that's evidence you can't confront. I'm not asking you to feel it, I'm asking you to think. Follow the argument all the way to the edge of the brink. Doctrine isn't dusty, it's a blade with a purpose. Theology's the deepest water under the surface. And I made it cool again, took the label off boring. Turned the sermon to a cipher, got the whole crowd roaring. Bring your hardest question, I don't flinch, I lean in. Cause the same truth that convicts me is the same one that frees men. I was lost in the noise, now the signal's coming clear. If you're reading this in doubt, then good, that means you're near. I've weighed the dark, I've sat with the ache, I've stared at the fall line and I know what it takes. Not a wish, not a shrug, not a soft little maybe. I found the hard truth and it carried me lately. This ain't blind, I did the math on it. Every doubt you throw, I've already had it. Logic, evidence, I built my whole path on it. Truth's on the table, put your best case up against it. They said belief was for the weak, I laughed at it. I found the strongest thing alive and I'm attached to it. Make it make sense, I dare you, take a crack at it. The tomb was empty, that's the fact, now react to it. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Yeah. They said faith is a crutch for a mind that's afraid. I did the work, read the case, and I still didn't fade. This isn't the shallow end. Put your questions in the deep. I'm not here to sell you comfort, I'm here to keep you from sleep. Yeah. I was raised on a question that I couldn't shake loose. Staring at a ceiling, asking what is the use? If we're accidents spinning off a cosmic collision, then why does my conscience keep drawing a line I can't get rid of? You call it evolution, fine, but it can't tell me right. Can't hand me a should, it just tells me who won the fight. So the atheist borrows my moral floor to stand on and swings at the very beam that he's balancing his hands on. I'm not scared of your science, I read it, I love it. The fine-tuned concepts, the flat line and the sudden. Something out of nothing, that's not a leap, that's a landing. I didn't turn on my brain, I turned it up and I'm standing. Logic, evidence, I sat with it. Every doubt you throw, I've yeah. Yeah. They said faith is a crutch for a mind that's afraid. I did the work, read the case, and I still didn't fade. This isn't the shallow end. Put Put your questions in the deep. I'm not here to sell you comfort, I'm here to keep you from sleep. I was raised on a question that I couldn't shake loose. Staring at a ceiling, asking what is the use? If we're accidents spinning off a cosmic collision, then why does my conscience keep drawing a line I can't get rid of? You call it evolution, fine, but it can't tell me right. Can't hand me a should, it just tells me who won the fight. So the atheist borrows my moral floor to stand on and swings at the very beam that he's balancing his hands on. I'm not scared of your science, I read it, I love it. The fine-tuned constants, the flat line and the sudden. Something out of nothing, that's not a leap, that's a landing. I didn't turn on my brain, I turned it up and I'm standing. Logic, evidence, I sat with it. Every doubt you throw, I've already had it. Truth on the table, put your best case up. I leaned into the fire and I never backed up. This ain't blind, I did the math on it. Every doubt you throw, I've already had it. Logic, evidence, I built my whole path on it. Truth's on the table, put your best case up against it. They said belief was for the weak, I laughed at it. I found the strongest thing alive and I'm attached to it. Make it make sense, I dare you, take a crack at it. The tomb was empty, that's the fact, now react to it. Minimal facts, the ones even the skeptics agree. He died in the open, the tomb was empty, that's history. The men who ran and hid started dying for what they seen. You don't burn for a body you know is under a sheet. Hallucination, a crowd of 500 at once. That's not evidence against me, that's evidence you can't confront. I'm not asking you to feel it, I'm asking you to think. Follow the argument all the way to the edge of the brink. Doctrine isn't dusty, it's a blade with a purpose. Theology's the deepest water under the surface. And I made it cool again, took the label off boring. Turned the sermon to a cipher, got the whole crowd roaring. Bring your hardest question, I don't flinch, I lean in. Cause the same truth that convicts me is the same one that frees men. I was lost in the noise, now the signal's coming clear. If you're reading this in doubt, then good, that means you're near. I've weighed the dark, I've sat with the ache, I've stared at the fall line and I know what it takes. Not a wish, not a shrug, not a soft little maybe. I found the hard truth and it carried me lately. This ain't blind, I did the math on it. Every doubt you throw, I've already had it. Logic, evidence, I built my whole path on it. Truth's on the table, put your best case up against it. They said belief was for the weak, I laughed at it. I found the strongest thing alive and I'm attached to it. Make it make sense, I dare you, take a crack at it. The tomb was empty, that's the fact, now react to it. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Yeah. They said faith is a crutch for a mind that's afraid. I did the work, read the case, and I still didn't fade. This isn't the shallow end. Put your questions in the deep. I'm not here to sell you comfort, I'm here to keep you from sleep. I was raised on a question that I couldn't shake loose. Staring at a ceiling, asking what is the use? If we're accidents spinning off a cosmic collision, then why does my conscience keep drawing a line I can't get rid of? You call it evolution, fine, but it can't tell me right. Can't hand me a should, it just tells me who won the fight. So the atheist borrows my moral floor to stand on and swings at the very beam that he's balancing his hands on. I'm not scared of your science, I read it, I love it. The fine-tuned constants, the flat line and the sudden. Something out of nothing.
All right, now we should be working. Let's see. We working? Sorry about the poor internet if it's blurry. We are just getting set up. This should catch up here soon. Let's see, this stinger's done. Working? Sorry about the poor internet if it's blurry. We are just getting set up. All right, now I gotta check. This should catch up here soon. Let's see, this stinger's done. I need to put a. Let's see if we can. Working? Filter. Sorry about the poor internet if it's blurry. We are just getting set up. All right, now I gotta check. This should catch up here soon. All right, let's check. See, this stinger's done. Let's see if this sounds all right. Check 1 2 1 2. Let's see if we can. Working? Filter. Sorry about the poor internet if it's blurry. We are just getting set up. All right, now I gotta check. This should catch up here soon. All right, let's check. Stinger's done. Let's see if this sounds all right. Check 1 2 1 2. Let's see if we can. Working? Filter. Sorry about the poor. We are just getting set up. All right, now I gotta check. This should catch up here soon. All right, let's check. Stinger's done. Let's see if this sounds all right. Check 1 2 1 2. Let's see if we can. Working? Filter. Sorry about the poor. We are just getting set up. All right, now I gotta check. This should catch up here soon. All right, let's check. Stinger's done. Let's see if this sounds all right. Check 1 2 1 2. Let's see if we can. Filter. Sorry about the poor. We gotta figure this audio out. We are just getting set up. And why is that repeating? All right, now I gotta check. This should catch up here soon. All right, let's check. See if we can. Filter. Sorry about the poor. We gotta figure this audio out. We are just getting set up. And why is that repeating? All right, now I gotta check. This should catch up here soon. All right, let's check. Set up. And why is that repeating? All right, now I gotta check. I should catch up here soon. All right, let's check. Set up. And why is that repeating? All right, now I gotta check. I should catch up here soon. Let's see this. I don't understand. Let's set up. Why is that repeating? Alright, now I gotta check. I should catch up here soon. Let's see this. Set up. Why is that repeating? Alright, now I gotta check. I should catch up here soon. Let's see this. Set up. Why is that repeating? Alright, now I gotta check. I should catch up here soon. Let's see this. Set up. Why is that repeating?
That would help. Check 1, 2. That would help. That would help. Okay, so are we getting that repeating weird noise again? That weird audio? Check 1, 2. That would help. That would help. All right. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta get that weird audio to go away. All right. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta get that weird audio to go away. All right. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta get that weird audio to go away. All right, so now it's coming through the phone, so that makes more sense. All right, I think we solved it. All right, so if you guys are out there in the comment section, let me know if you're hearing duplicated audio. I was hearing some weird audio. I think I fixed it. But if you're out there and you're watching, I'd appreciate the help. If you can hear anything strange, weird. We are testing some new stuff. We got all kinds of new stuff here. Got new lights. Got a new setup. We got a new microphone. So yeah, we're just doing some ask me anything kind of questions. If you guys have any questions that you want to ask this random guy, go for it. I apologize. The internet is what it is. Yeah, it's just what it is. Let's see here. Hey. We're just kind of dialing everything in here and making sure that we've got, let's see, we got some headroom here, extra headroom. And then that looks good. Awesome. So this is looking pretty good. I'm all right with this. Got that intro music. If you guys heard the intro music, what'd you guys think? See if we get at least one person in the chat here. I know it's new, but can we get one person in here? All right, let's just double check this on my phone. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's see if we can try. Let's get some music going here. Let's get some music here. Let's do media. My kids are fighting in the background, so I apologize if you guys hear that. You know how it is. 6-year-old, 3-year-old, they don't know how to be quiet. Let's lock that. Let's see, media. Yeah, let's do that one. Can we play that? How do I play that? Can we play it? How do I do this? There we go. We'll get the audio here. We'll bring that all the way down. Is this media input? Yeah, so that's me. Okay, so let's see. Did that work? Input. Yeah, so that's me. Okay, so let's see. Did that work? You guys hear the music? If you're out there? There we go. Cool. Yeah, sick. Sweet. Okay, cool. All right. This is gonna be good. I got the chat right there. I gotta figure out how to embed the chat. Embed in stream. I don't like that. Trying to get the chat in here so we can throw it up on default dark. Size, top, bottom. Okay, that'll work. This is alright, the browser. Let's add this here. Chat. Sorry, I'm trying to size this. What do I want here? Do we want to do like, what do we want to do here? We want to do like, that's way too big. Let's see. We're getting there, guys. I promise. 400. Nice. That's what we want right there. I'll just throw it up there for now. Alright, transition. There we go. Sick. That works. There we go. Yeah, that works. I don't know if it went to X or not. Read only. Can't post to X. Got it. Let's type here. Let's see. All right, cool. All right, we're getting there. Is there a way to edit? How do I do this? Let's go to settings. Points. That's not what I want. That's good. Funny. All right, if you're out there, send me a message. I want to talk to somebody. Let's see. Can we change the... It's not letting me scroll. There's got to be a way to change the background, right? I thought I did that before. Weird. Alright, we are chilling. Yeah, chats are connected. We're good. Got the music going. This is fun. All right, let's try this. All right, now are we still working here? I think I got audio going. I got the media paused. All right, let's try this. All right, now are we still working here? Yeah, we're still good. All right, guys. This is the first time we're streaming from this channel. We are we're just doing like testing and making sure the audio is good. There's a few things that I want to do. If you guys are out there watching and you don't want to be bored, you can ask me questions. I got the chat up. We are just testing different scenes here in OBS. So don't be shy. If you want to talk to me, you can send me a message and I will respond to it in the chat. It can be about anything. Anything you want. In the meantime, I am going to be going through the settings and figuring all this stuff out. Turn the music off for now. Okay, so then if I wanted to add, let's see. So there's that. I need a filter. But this is capture 2, and that's being shared. I'm probably going to talk out loud while I do this, so don't mind me. Like I said, I have my eye on the chat. If anybody comments, I'm into making friends. We can make some friends. Let's pull the mid down out of my voice a little bit, and let's see what that sounds like. Like I said, I have my eye on the chat. If anybody comments, I'm into making friends. We can make some friends. Let's pull the mid down out of my voice a little bit. Let's see what that sounds like. Check 1, 2. Like I said, I have my eye on the chat. If anybody comments, I'm into making friends. We can make some friends. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. That sounds pretty good. Let's pull it down a little bit further. Let's see if that changed anything, and then we'll add a limiter and see if that works. Check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Tell you what, X is going nuts lately. There is some crazies out there. Check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Tell you what, X is going nuts lately. There is some crazies out there. That sounds pretty good. I like that. Check 1, 2. Oh, that's going to be awful. All right, did you guys see that Alex Jones and Sneeko? Anybody out there watching see the Alex Jones and Sneeko thing? I'm sure millions of people will probably watch that. But what a comedy session that was. That was crazy. Let's see here. What is... All right. Sorry, we're back. All right, so that means I can get rid of this chat. All right. All right, let's see if I can pull that up. Let's do something here. Window.
Well, let's talk about the clip I said.
Pay the G's, pay the
Let's
tax.
be specific. Let's be specific
or
about
have
what I
my
said.
head chopped off. Which way is it? Is it to the Quran? I pay the tax. I can. The whites, the Christians, the Jews that are left. You convert now, or you're dead. God.
Well, it's stuff like that is
What do you want me to tell you? I'm your Mongol.
Mexican white nationalist cat boy. Mexican white nationalist cat boy.
This is just crazy.
Well, it's stuff
This
like
is
that
so
is
funny.
What do you want me to
me.
tell you? I'm your friend, like the Quran says,
Yeah,
and then
but,
stab you in the back.
the Quran doesn't say that.
How about I become a Shiite with you and we take swords and cut our heads and for 8 hours I just march you like
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Or I could be a megachurch Christian with Kenneth Copeland drinking my blood. I could be with Erica Kirk shooting fireworks off my ass and twerking. You want me to do that? Small minority to demonize 2 billion people.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weasel from Connecticut, the mighty Mongol.
Like, this is crazy, right?
All-powerful, sneaky.
Allahu Akbar!
Sneeko.
Allahu Akbar!
You don't even have a brain.
So what makes you think you can deport
You
me?
gotta have a brain to be
So
able to
what
get
makes you
knocked
think
out.
you can deport me if Sean Strickland can't knock me down, huh? You can't stop me. I'm coming.
No, then
This
tell
is
me.
nuts.
I'm coming. Durka Muhammad.
Allahu Akbar!
They're just yelling at each other.
The slavery that we take the women as sex slaves and then
And inshallah, you become Abdul Alex Jones.
Like, that is crazy. These guys are nuts, man. Tell you what, it's a freaking dumpster fire. You're right, Ben. Totally right, brother. Thanks for tuning in, man. But Alex is, I don't know, low key an Alex Jones fan. But Ben, did you see the? There was a point in there where Alex he made a comment about something to do with like they were going back and forth and he was calling out some of the law, like Sharia, some of the laws in the Quran and you know, within Islam. And then Sneeko kind of, you know, did his little rebuttal thing about the Old Testament, and then Alex sort of divorced the Old Testament from the New Testament. I didn't really like that. I don't know if you noticed that or not. But that was kind of a low point for Alex, in my opinion. But big difference between prescriptive and descriptive, right? But you're right. Totally right. Alex Jones is a national treasure. I mean, like this is like, I don't know how to even zoom in on this, but this is so freaking hilarious to me. That is so funny. Can I zoom in? I don't know if I can zoom in. I don't think I can zoom in. Yeah, for sure. Definitely is a common mistake. We got to get the word out, though. The God of the Old Testament is the same God of the New Testament. We don't get mean Old Testament God and then the New Testament Jesus, who's this, you know, different God, different morality. We don't get that. It's the same. God doesn't change. It's super interesting though. This was really fun to watch. Yeah, you can call in, Ben. I'll have to figure out how to set it up, but you can call in for sure. How do I invite you? That's the question. Because I'm running it through here. I'm gonna have to do. Give me a second to try and figure that out, Ben. I'd have to figure out. Let me see here. Ben, let me know. Do you want to have like a video feed, or do you just want to like call in? Because I mean, you can call me on my phone. I can hold it up to the microphone. We can talk. But as far as getting audio in here, I gotta do some research here. So I don't know how much time you have. I'd love to have you call in though. It'd be fun to talk to you. We've been trying to get together for a while now. Yeah, let me figure out. I gotta figure out how to do it anyway. That's the whole point that I'm live streaming now, is to figure out how to do this stuff. But I'm kind of doing a different setup than I normally do. So we are trying to figure this out here. Let me see here. Oh, I could probably do it that way. Let me. All right, so create a room. All right, Ben, I'm going to DM you here. Give me a second. Let me see if I can. See. I promise I'm working on it, Ben. Here, just give me a second. Pull this over here real quick. Oh, come on, X. This is crazy. Here, let's try this. I'm going to put the link in the description, Ben. Why won't it let me? Here. Try that, Ben. I just sent it to in the chat. Just click on that and let me see if that works. This will be a work in progress. Let me see if you pop up here. Again, we're figuring this out in real time here. I've never used this. Enabled smartphone video. Only you guys can see this feed. Shoot. Hey, I got to do it. Sorry, Ben. I did it the wrong way. You're right. Where's the... There. I accidentally sent it to YouTube. Sorry, man. Let's see if you pop up here, Ben. All right. How we doing, Ben? All right, Ben. How we doing? Link disappeared, and when I clicked on it, took me to your profile. Well, that's not what we want. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ben. I'm trying. I got to get this figured out here. Watch well guest. Let me try this again. Let me reload it. How do I cancel this and create a new? Here we go. Okay, so create a room. All right, Ben, let's try this again, buddy. Try that one. Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? We gotta learn. Looked like the internet's doing better, that's for sure. Check one. Yeah, we're good. All right, let me know if that works, Ben. Let's see if we can get you in here, and then I'll throw you up on screen. Is it working, Ben? Not sure how to copy and paste from chat. You can't click on it? That's weird. When I click on it, it says join with camera, screen share with room. So you just click join with camera. Let me try this. It takes you to my profile. Why is it doing that? It doesn't make any sense. I hear you. Browser. Local file. 6. All right. Waiting for my approval. Did it work? Haha. Guest. Approve. Ben, can you hear me? Let's see. Now I gotta figure this out. Ben, can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Ben Bowman. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah? Let's see. There might be a little bit of a
Pretty
delay.
quiet. Hold on a second. Yeah, I can hear you.
Sweet, man. Give me 1 second here. I gotta mess with these cameras here.
What's up, bro?
How's it going? It's been a minute.
Yeah? Yeah.
Let's see. I need to use.
Pretty quiet. Hold on a second.
So tell me about Alex Jones and all the stuff. I got to make sure that are you coming through the.
Sweet, man. Give me 1 second here.
It's funny because I can hear you.
Through the stream, probably.
I can hear you through the delay on my phone, and I'm using my tablet right now to talk to you. So, but
Let's see. All right, is that better? Is that better?
oh yeah, now we're talking.
All right, hey, little wins, right? Little wins. Here, now I got to figure out.
We're learning. We're solving mysteries.
Yeah, we are. I gotta. Okay, so video capture device 2. I need to pick. Where's my deck? There we go. And then. So, what are your thoughts on Alex Jones?
Divorcing the Old Testament from
Yeah.
Jesus.
You caught that too. Yeah, isn't that crazy? How that's like a mainstream thing?
It's a very common thing, and I think there's a couple reasons why. And the first is because I don't think many Christians actually know what the Old Testament means, or many professing Christians don't understand that with like the Old Testament is revealing who Jesus Christ is.
Right.
That's the whole point of it, is it's all pointing to Christ. And so they divorce, I think, the old from the new, as if the old was like God's word, you know, emeritus.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Or God's word distant past, or
Or
some
like,
kind
yeah,
of,
like he changed his mind or something. Yeah.
yeah, like he wised up and he matured.
Yeah, he
as a
just
God.
stopped being so mean all the time. That's what it was.
Which I kind of understand the thinking about that, because I think a lot of Christians just simply don't read the Old Testament.
Yeah.
I think if you read the Old Testament, you would not come away with, well, God is mean.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I
think
mean,
you'd come away with, God is incredibly patient.
yeah, for sure. Incredibly patient with a stubborn people, right? Like we read in Romans.
Oh yeah.
This is this is really cool. I'm actually trying to get this.
You got a little buddy hanging
I know
out with
my
you,
daughter is actually off camera here. She's my producer today.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. But I couldn't get over how I don't even know if people can hear you on this yet.
I think if they can hear you and you can hear me, I think they can hear me.
We gotta get the word out though. The God of the Old Testament is the same God of the New Testament. We don't get mean Old Testament God and then the New Testament Jesus who's this, you know, different. Yeah, I think they can hear you. I think you're right. But yeah, man, just testing stuff, and I was laughing so hard at that Alex Jones thing, man. It was just so funny. Like I was sitting on the couch, and it was just so over the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, what I love about what he did there is he showed him the exact amount of respect that Islam deserves.
That's right. No, that's 100% right.
And mocking demons is a good thing, actually.
Right.
And I think what the other thing a lot of Christians are hung up on is showing some type of respect for all peoples and all belief systems. But again, if you read the Old Testament, you don't really see that as a value to champion.
Right.
So
yeah, no, you're right. It's so interesting to me that you can think, because you know you have, I mean, it's clear in Scripture that like God is unchanging, like his, you know. Now this is like a separate category from him changing his mind, but it's like his nature doesn't change, his moral or his moral, like what do I want to say, like the standard of morality actually proceeds from his character itself. Like it is goodness, it is righteousness, and that can't change. So I think it gets sticky, and I wish I could remember the actual argument that Sneeko made. I'd have to go back and find it, but it's interesting to say that you know, like, oh, morality or God, his nature, what it was one way, and then now this good guy Jesus Christ comes, you know, and saves the world, and it's like God has this change of heart with his relationship with humanity, rather than no, this is progressive revelation from the beginning, right? I mean, we see the first, we see the first, what is it? Genesis chapter, is it Genesis chapter 3? Is when,
the
proto-evangelion. Yeah, right. So it's like even from there, we know that there's this redemptive story that's going to happen across, you know, what we would say today, looking back, as the canon of Scripture that for every man, and then it's like it will be complete in the future. So
we know that lying is wrong because God is not a liar. We know that stealing is wrong because God is not a thief.
Right.
You know, we know that murder is wrong because God is not a murderer.
Correct.
And so that's the the character of God is the standard for morality. And I think that what we're facing now, and I think it's really awesome that you've switched gears to apologetics, and which the stuff you were doing with the movies before, that was apologetics.
Yeah, it is.
And you know, it was apologetic in nature. But I think I think every Christian now needs to become an apologist and needs to really have an apologist mindset, because we don't even have the level of adversary that we had with the new atheists. You know, our adversaries now are like Sneeko. They're so laughably easy to defeat in an actual debate.
Right.
Like Christopher Hitchens, for example, he lost every debate he ever had with Doug Wilson and most Christian. Now, but at the same time, he at least understood in his debates with Doug that that only when you get to Jesus Christ do you hear about hellfire and brimstone.
Yep.
So he understood that the God of the Old Testament and Jesus Christ were, at least in his mind, both morally reprehensible. So he understood it better than a lot of Christians understand the consistency of Scripture today.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there we go. Haha, check that out. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, Ben Bowman.
What's up?
I don't know if you can see that yet. Man? I think you can see it. Yeah, we got you on here, man. Sick.
Cool.
Hey, we made it work together. Hey, teamwork, right?
Dude, yeah.
That's sick. Yeah, to your point, you were talking about demons and how to treat them, and I think that there's this. You were talking, kind of reminded me of, you know, like what's the quote where it says, you know, preach the gospel, and if necessary, use words. Right? It's like,
when would that ever be necessary?
Yeah, it's like you know, we actually need to like tell people about Christ, and we, you know, in Peter it says, you know, I think it's 1 Peter chapter 3 where it's, you know, be prepared to make a defense, give a defense for the hope that's within you, right? So we need to actually, you know, one of the songs that I made for this stream is like, I want to make apologetics cool again. And I know that there's guys that have gone before me, and apologetics is kind of coming back, and you know, I'm no expert. You know, I'm just a normal guy that attends church like a lay person. I don't have any degrees in any of this stuff. Yeah, you have opinions? You have opinions, sweetheart?
It's like, yeah, Dad. Let's go.
And so I just want to kind of, I guess, in my own way with these live streams and my content, I just want to create an environment to where it's like, oh, it's okay for men to not know and learn, and at their own pace. And I think it's a bit overwhelming talking about your faith, but it is the battle that men need to you know, take on. I mean, it's a command.
I really do think that a lot of Christian men that I was just talking to a pastor, a friend of mine, and we were talking about how, you know, all these years ago, we had these beta males reading Wild at Heart in churches, while the real Wild at Heart guys were nowhere near your faggy church services.
Right. Right.
And they didn't want nothing to do with it.
Right.
They're like, we're not going to that.
Yeah.
That sounds gay.
Yeah.
And so, but those guys now have seen the total collapse of civilization around them, and they're coming to Christ, but they're completely undisciplined. They don't know. They're not. They're disciplined in ways that the obese pastor in the pulpit is not. They're not going to follow a guy that they could kill with their hands. Mm-hmm. They're not going to follow a guy that they don't respect.
So you mean it's not super you know, engaging for men to you know, go to church and see the guy in skinny jeans and
or the guy that's just like is obviously there because he doesn't want to do any hard work, you know, and just, you know, it's talking about you know, stuff that's just, it's effeminate. The whole service is kind of effeminate, kind of just, women love it because the music is nice and, like, you know, emotionally engaging. Mm-hmm. But the guys are like, we're not going to that. I don't need that. That does nothing for me. And we want truth. We want, like, the truth. So you got those guys now that are online trad bro.
Yep. It's like they
cards right,
overcorrected a little bit.
Overcorrected.
Yep.
But they need some foundational help. They need some so that they don't become the racist white supremacists that everyone's accused them of being for so long, and they haven't been at all. But now they're like, well, fine, you're gonna keep calling me that. I'll just become that. Yeah. Because whatever, who cares? You hate that, and I hate you. Right. So right. So they're not tempered with really like a foundation of. They know it's true. They know what's true. They know it's right, but they don't have this foundation of here's how to fight. They want to fight though. And it's a lot better than these beta pastor guys that we've been having in pulpits for so long that you can't get them to fight anything for any reason. They won't go to the abortion clinic. They won't preach against that. They won't preach against anything that's actually the sins of our culture today.
Or even just the idea that the pulpit itself is safe for them because it's what they know. Right. I was listening to
how to evangelize. Right. They don't know how. They don't know what it is.
Right. And I was listening to Vadi Bakum one time, and he was talking about jujitsu, and I think he was on I can't remember what podcast he was on, but maybe
it was with California.
I can't remember. I think it was more the Babylon Bee guys.
Okay.
But anyway, he was talking about how he started jujitsu, and it was actually really good for him outside of the training and the workout and the weight loss and all these things. And he said one of the reasons why it was so good for him is because when you're in his position, all of the relationships that he had are Christians. And not only that, they're Christians that he is shepherding. And that's his entire basis of kind of his existence right now. And then he started this jiu-jitsu thing, and he said that he got his son involved, and they were doing it together, and he was doing it for a long time, but it was always his like weekly or his daily, or however many times he was going, his daily routine where he would be re-exposed to non-believers. And that was, and he kind of made a lot of sense. If you're a pastor and you're shepherding this church, the majority of the interactions you're going to have, unless you are intentional about your time and like, hey, no, I'm going to go to the abortion clinic, or hey, I'm going to go do this other thing, outreach thing. You're not really exposed to that. And one of the things that I've been really kind of convicted about, and along with this channel is, and actually I kind of got this from Michael Foster, and he was talking about being in fight shape, and I think that you do jiu-jitsu, so it's like you stop doing the training for a while and you start to go dormant, right? And if you stop, and that's with anything, like if you stop lifting weights, your muscles are gonna atrophy. If you stop doing jiu-jitsu, your skill and your technique is gonna atrophy. Like the timing, or you're not gonna be able to hit the sweep, at the right time, or you're not gonna be in sync with your body and your opponent's body. Your cardio is gonna suck. Cardio is gonna go down. You're right. It's gonna be awful, right? Yeah. And there's this symmetry as well, where when you take a break for so long, you have this constant reminder of like, oh, it's gonna hurt when I get back. Like it's gonna hurt to go back, right? So like we just moved to North Carolina from Ohio, so I haven't been doing jiu-jitsu, and there's this constant reminder of like, oh man, when I start that again, it's gonna hurt. But when you're in it, it's like it doesn't hurt because you get desensitized to the training or the bumps and the bruises, right?
Well, the thing that hurts the most when you come back is your pride.
That's right.
Because the ego takes a big hit because you go, oh, I'm not where I should be. I had a horrific injury last year that I was told I wouldn't even be able to do jiu-jitsu for a year.
And that's a long time for us guys. I did the same. I was out 8 months with a back injury.
Okay. Yeah. I had a catastrophic knee injury. And my doctor said, you're a year to 2 years before you can train again. And I said, that's unacceptable. That's not. So as soon as I got clearance because I was bedridden for 6 weeks, I wasn't allowed to even put weight on my leg or anything because of the bone graft and everything. And 6 weeks later, I was back on the mats.
Good
as
for
soon
you,
as
man.
as soon as I got permission, and I couldn't do anything, and all of my training partners knew like I was super injured and everything. So, everyone was really cool with me. So I had no guard for a year, basically. This last year, I've just worked, and at a point where it's like I'm a purple belt now, I should be like really honing in my offense and starting to get like a really good game together. I had to go back to just surviving.
Yep.
You know, like for this whole last year, it's like, what have I played? I've played, everyone's past my guard because I don't have a guard, and everyone's smashing me. And now I've got to like get better.
Yeah.
And be like, no one can choke me. No one can armbar me. No, like I have to get that piece down. So yeah, it's very humbling when you come back and you're like, you know, just I want to be better than where I'm at.
Right.
You know,
and I think that parallel is so true with apologetics too, because you have to learn the arguments and you have to have a good foundation. Like you're talking about the guard, right? The guard is kind of like this foundational thing to where you can always return to the guard, right? If you don't know where to go, you go back to this. And it's like, that's kind of the same idea with, you know, defending the faith, or even like a polemic, you know, where you're going offensive towards Islam, kind of like Alex Jones did, right? There's always this, I mean, if you can call it that, but like you can always go back to scripture. You can always go back to what you know and play and kind of, I guess, recalibrate and like start back at the foundational thing. And if we could just get guys to do that, to research and study the arguments, you know, and it's tough because a lot of guys get home from work. They gotta be awesome at work. They gotta get home. They gotta be awesome at home, you know, and doing all that. And it's like, man, the last thing I want to do is open a book and read.
Well, the last thing I want to do is have an argument with someone whose arguments I already know how to defeat, and I'm tired of hearing it. Like, there's guys online that are doing awesome work for the kingdom and awesome apologetic work. I think of like Russell T. Hunter with the Abolish Abortion group that he's been doing, and I see him come up against the same arguments over and over and over. And I'm like, I now know why Jesus was like, how much longer do I have to be with you people? Like, because I can't even stand, like, to me, that's the thing that I think I have to get over the most is being patient with each individual person and treating their,
that's good.
Their argument as if it's valid and like it's valid to them. You know, the argument is they really think that. Yeah,
they're convinced that it's the truth.
Yeah, they think they have a shotgun in their hand, and you know they have a Nerf gun in their hand.
Right.
You know, it's like, you know, they don't have anything. They have nothing. But to not treat them in such a, you know, if it's a good faith conversation, if it's a conversation where they are really seeking to understand. And even I've had conversations with and arguments with people where I could tell they were seeking to just mock me and attack me. And then by just asking some questions and being calm and not bothered by their little fits, broke through. Yeah. And then we were able to like start having a conversation so that like that can happen. But I think guard, if you will, for you know, I don't know if you think presuppositional apologetics is start. If like you're gonna learn about anything, learn any method or any mode of doing this, I think you got to start with the precept.
Yep.
And wanting to know, like, well, where do I start in understanding apologetics? Go listen to that, like, Dr. Bonson versus Stein, I think it was.
Yeah, Bonson is a really good.
Listen to that debate. You know, and just like start there, or how to answer the full Side 10 Burger case. It's on YouTube. It's a whole movie. So I would start there.
Yeah, Bonson is a really good resource. There's different categories of apologetics too. You know, I mean, you can research that, but yeah, this is what the channel is going to look like.
It's great, man.
Thanks for jumping on with me, man. It's super fun. And we've been trying to do this for a while. You know, in the XDM back and forth and trying to find I'm glad this worked out.
I'm glad you're doing this. I think this is really needed. You know, I just had a guy tell me the other day, he's like, hey, because he's getting Joshua Hames and Fishback together to do an interview.
Yeah.
And he set up a podcast for them. And
Is Josh moderating or is...
I think Josh is going to interview Fishback. I think he's going to.
Okay.
But my buddy, I don't know if you know him, Seth Tweedale. He's like the Gandalf of not only like my life, but like a bunch of people's lives. And I'm actually surprised you don't know him, because every Christian guy I talk to like seems to know this guy. He used to be the Florida chapter president for TPUSA.
Oh, okay.
And like he's just, all he does is he just goes around and gets people together and to go on adventures, basically.
Oh, interesting.
That's what this guy does.
Interesting.
That's how me and so I'm an elder at Reformation Bible Church in Melbourne, Florida. Our pastor, we don't make an elder pastor distinction, but the pastor that founded the church, Brandon Gish, he's a great friend, and we were brought together by Seth, and we both now own a jiu-jitsu gym together.
Oh, good for you.
And we just a couple months ago just baptized a guy that was going to our gym.
Nice.
And started coming to the church, and our church meets at the gym.
That's so sick, man. Good for you guys.
Dude, it's amazing.
That's awesome. How exciting.
It's so great, dude. There's so many guys that are coming from the jiu-jitsu gym and now are coming to the church, and talk about a church built for men.
Right.
It's just phenomenal. Anyway, so Seth's like kind of responsible for us coming together, God's providence through him. And then he's organizing this thing, but he told me yesterday, he's like, dude, you need to do a podcast. And I'm like, I don't have time. I don't have time to do it. And I don't have the technical knowledge, like all the things that you just did to figure out how to do this. Like, I have no idea. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm too old.
You could do it. Just jump into Claude or, whatever AI, and you just type in, hey, I want to do this. How do I do it? And give me, and then you got me. You can DM me. I'll help you out.
Yeah. Well, I'd just love to just pop in, let me just pop in anytime you want me to come on and hang out. I can do that. But yeah, man, I'm glad you're doing this. I'm glad that this is the direction you're going with it. I think it's really good.
I appreciate that, because I originally started, the Watch Well podcast and, doing the movie stuff with my cousin. Mm-hmm. And I know that you know this because you were, have been around me, and we've been, engaging on X and different things for the past couple of years at least. And we started it with movies, but I think the algorithm and the audience were too divided. So like it would show our podcasts to like Christians who want theology and they want the apologetics and they want all of that, but they don't really care about the movie stuff. So then they wouldn't. The click-through rate and the retention rate would be very low. So then it would stifle the video, and then it would try to send it to the movie review people who didn't want the theology. And so it was it was almost like we were too niche down, right? And it's like, okay, well, let me just do the apologetics thing, broaden it a little bit, and then hit that audience a little better, and hopefully we'll see better results there. And I think we are, because we started off a couple months ago, somewhere around, I think it was like 600 and I don't know, somewhere around 640, 660 subscribers or something like that. And in the last, I would say 2 months, we're up over 700. So
okay, so yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so we're moving up again, and it's really hard to tell with the data if that's just because the channel got reactivated and we're getting views and momentum. But we're building. We're trying to get to where we can run 2 to 3 short form videos a day. I'm gonna start doing live streams like this. Did you drop your remote? We're going to run 2 to 3 live streams a week, and then pull like 10-minute clips and then short form from that. And then I want to do, because I'm more into the video space, I really want to do targeted videos. Like right now I'm working on one that's titled "Why Islam is Not Compatible with the West." And I'm working on that, and it's taking me a little
Let
bit.
me count the ways.
Yeah,
How many reasons?
So we're doing that.
Antithetical, not just not compatible.
Right.
Actually, the opposite.
The opposite. And then there's a little bit of like, you know, the Christian founding of America in that video, just a little bit. I touch on it a little bit. And then we've got other videos that we've got planned. So that are really fun. I want to do some of the high tension kind of stakes videos where it makes it fun. I was listening to you would actually really enjoy this. There's a TED Talk that came out about a month ago, I think, by Mark Rober. I think it's Mark Rober, the Crunch Labs, the guy that does the Crunch Labs. They got, I don't know, a bajillion subscribers, and it's all about how to teach kids engineering. It's all about engineering. So he's like a former guy that worked for NASA, and he creates all these fun ways to teach physics and all these different science topics by filling a 100-gallon or whatever a 10,000 gallon pool with Kool-Aid to teach whatever.
He's doing Mr. Wizard stuff.
Right. He's the better version of Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nye the Scam.
Yeah,
artist guy.
That's right. And so I'm trying to find creative ways to do that, but in the apologetics niche.
That's cool.
Dress like a Baptist preacher until I can find 5 people that can answer this Bible question. So like really fun things like that, or give out money for people who can answer this question, and go around North Carolina and find people just to see. That way it's really like, Parker's gonna have to do like 5 push-ups for every wrong answer or something. But then behind that, people are learning like apologetics, maybe the ontological argument, or the cosmological argument, or whatever I decide to do for the video. That it's like that is behind it, and that's kind of the point.
That's cool. Yeah. Well, there was maybe one or two. There was like a couple theological things I would love to talk with you about movie wise. Like one specific thing that I've been thinking about a lot, and because it's a theme that I've seen with movies. And I've seen this like building now over the course of the last few years. And it's a common theme I'm seeing in movies, and that is the exaltation and the like propping up as the greatest virtue that a person can have is empathy. Have you noticed this?
No. And the reason why is because I have not been watching a lot of movies because they are trash.
Okay, so
they are so bad right now.
I'm going to give you one movie that I saw this in that made me literally laugh out loud in the theater. And then one movie that I didn't even bother watching. I just saw all of the advertising for it and all of what the director was talking about. And I was like, oh, I actually think empathy is a demonic thing now.
Really? Oh, that's super interesting.
Yeah, I actually think it's what is it? Chesterton said that idolatry is not just in worshiping false gods, but in attacking false devils as well.
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
And so, but I think idolatry is also taking a virtue and just like making it this thing like totally out of balance, totally out of whack.
Yeah.
So the movie that I saw this in was the Marvel movie, The Thunderbolts.
Okay, I haven't seen it. They
literally defeat the bad guy by hugging him.
Oh, that's so dumb.
They do. It's a group. It's literally a group hug. That's how they defeat the enemy.
Yeah. Well, it's because Ben. I mean,
they go into his memories and they see how much he's hurting.
Yeah,
and they hurt with him.
Yeah, it's because evil is because like it's not his fault that he's bad.
Right.
It's not his fault that he's bad. Like if you could just come onto this side, and become a little bit more enlightened, and take your conservative Christian bias, and just put that on the ground for a second, and just understand that it's because of his poor childhood that he is this evil guy, and we should just relate to him and understand him better. Then he won't be evil. If we could just include him and just love bomb him, it'll just all make everything go away.
It's everything that you just said. That's basically what the movie's communicating.
Yeah.
And like that's the virtue. And then the one that I didn't even bother going to see because it just as soon as at first I was really interested when I saw the trailer because it was a Steven Spielberg movie, The Disclosure Day. Like the
Is this
first
the
trailer I
one that he
saw-
said that it was gonna make all Christians or whatever rethink their faith or whatever?
Yes. And
Idiot.
but the whole thing is about it is that he's like talking about empathy and how like that it's like something that's awakened in certain people where they start like empathizing with each other and they can feel what each other are feeling and I'm like, as soon as I heard him talk about that and then the whole like Christian like you're gonna doubt your faith thing, I was like, oh yeah, I think empathy is a demonic psyop.
Yeah.
I really do. I think it's a because it's not real. You can't actually feel what someone else is feeling.
Yeah.
Like it's all a delusion. It's like trying to get yours like how would you even know? You're not that person.
It's almost like I think for the most part, just generally speaking, we would say that morality is a binary, right? You either stole it and it's evil, or you didn't steal it and it would be maybe not necessarily righteous, but there would be a lack of evil. But it's like this idea of empathy is trying to understand the evil in someone else, or understand the evil that someone else is dealing with and sitting in it with them. And I think that there is a place for that, generally speaking, to, you know, especially like if you're talking about a pastor or, you know, like you have to, maybe empathy is not the right word. 'Cause there's the other one too, sympathize or empathize or, you know, it's like, but to your point, it's blowing it up to where it's this constant sitting in the thing where it's like, it's almost like, oh, we're going to take morality and we're going to put it on hold for a while. Dear Lord, baby girl. We're going to put the morality of it on hold for a while. And we're going to just continually perpetuate this. And at some point that does become sin, because you do have to, you either have to repent and, you know, go and sin no more, or like there is this, which is it kind of does touch back on this kind of like coddling of congregations with some of these, you know, soft feminine pastors, where it's just this constant like, oh, go to therapy, or oh, let's just continually perpetuate this, you know, whatever that would be. I think you know what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, like the idea that, you know, you need to forgive yourself.
But like, over and over and over. Yeah.
Forgiving yourself is worthless.
Right.
Ultimately, my forgiveness is not salvific of myself.
That's right.
Like if I forgive myself, so what?
Right.
I could still go to hell, you know, like if I'm not repenting. So it's like it's kind of tied into that idea that we can love somebody out of evil, that we have the salvific power through feeling what they're feeling and understanding to move them out of darkness and into light.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we actually don't have that ability at all.
No, that's so good. That's so good. It's our emotions replace the gospel, the power of the gospel.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. If I can just extend enough of my emotional equity to you, then it will save you. It will salvifically save you in some way.
Right. And the bad guy in that Thunderbolts movie, he has an evil side that's literally like a shadow demon.
Oh, so it's like this, like alter ego kind of thing.
He's literally in darkness, and they hug him into light.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Well,
it sounds like something that Hollywood would make, though.
And they don't know what they're doing. Like, I don't think they know that it's like they can't get away from the reality of God's world. Like, even when they try to put a twist on something, they're just borrowing from the content that God's created. It's like the Spider-Man No Way Home movie. Like, it's basically showing how there's a Trinitarian reality. So it's like there's 3 Spider-Men. They're all different, but they're also all Spider-Man.
The one thing, yeah.
They're bound by the same creed.
Yeah.
Right. They're bound by like the same
nature, being, essence. Yeah. They even have like with great power comes great responsibilities, kind of like their ethos. Yep.
It's like they don't even know that that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And
it's absurdity.
They can't help it.
It's that's kind of like one of my favorite things that came out of the podcast was that like every movie is ultimately a Christian movie because you can't build a narrative off of a secular worldview. It's just impossible to do because it's impossible to do because and they try to do it. So they have to borrow from our worldview in order to build and construct this narrative. And then the messaging in the movie, they take a wrecking ball to the narrative in which the standard in which they need to build the narrative. They take it and wreck it.
Yeah. So there's a guy, I think his name's Thomas Thorogood. Mm-hmm. He's a YouTuber. He's doing, and I've never been like a horror movie fan, really. I mean, it's very rare for me to like a horror movie. Mm-hmm. But he does like these deep dives into horror movies, and it's all pointing to the gospel.
Oh, that's so cool.
He does a great job on these like video, like a 30-minute video essay breakdown of, whatever horror movie. And I've really enjoyed his stuff. And it's actually like made me like realize how these horror movies are like really like, cathartic for people who don't have Christ. Like, it's just like there needs to be some type of punishment. There needs to be some type of price paid. There needs to be a blood sacrifice. And he's really good at like breaking all that stuff down. I highly recommend.
Yeah, what was his name again? Thorogood?
Thomas Thorogood. I think
Thorogood.
I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He's good.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for joining. I got to hop off and
man.
I got the guys here. They're actually laying sod at our house.
Oh.
So I got to jump off and I got to make sure that everything's good with them. But again, man, you're welcome to come back anytime.
Sure, I'd love to.
There's stuff in the pipeline. Thanks for helping me at least figure out how to get a guest in here. That was really helpful because now I don't have to do that later.
That's what I'm here for.
Cool, man. Well, we will see you later, Ben. I appreciate it, man.
Yep. God bless, bro.
Yep. You too.
Yep. Bye.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna close it out. Like I said, we gotta go do some stuff around the house. I just wanted to jump in here and test, and this turned into something that was really fun. Go follow Ben if you watch this. Ben's awesome. He's into jiu-jitsu, elder at his church. Super cool guy. Loves the Lord. Follow him on X. And if you're in his area, go check out his church. And go to jiu-jitsu.